How sweet it is! I think Jackie Gleason said that. And if I'm right, and you even know who Jackie Gleason is, let me know in the comments below. Because today, those of us that are 50, 60 plus over are really going to appreciate National Dessert Day. Yeah, National Dessert Day. Because we're going to honor our generation, and lots of you that are younger than that too, by honoring today healthy version wise, so we live long, long, long. Unfortunately, Jackie Gleason left his desserts and pot roast a little bit too much, which kind of added to his not so healthy passing. So with that said, what is one of the best fall desserts that we could celebrate today? The superfood, pumpkin. Yes. Now, if you don't know this, pumpkin is super, super high in zinc, vitamin C, and fiber. All things that our body needs. Now, most of you, of course, know pumpkin by pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice shakes and smoothies, but we're going to do something with pumpkin that's a little bit fun and also easy breezy and healthy for you. But let me tell you a little bit about the pumpkin superfood first. Where did the word dessert come from, and why do we even have National Dessert Day? So while I get my dry ingredients out here for you, we're going to start with these of what we're doing, and I'll be surprising you. It came from the French word désiré. Yes, I think I'm pronouncing that, which means, hi Donna, désiré in French, and I'm not sure how I'm pronouncing it right, means to remove all the food that has been served. Therefore, after everything's been removed, dessert came. So, in the 1500s, the French and Europeans were using a lot of sugar in their desserts. As a result of adding more sugar, not only to their main dishes, but primarily to different forms of desserts that they were experimenting with. In the 1900s, America started exploding with its colonies, with its own flavor of foods, and we started things like the Boston cream pie in 1900, key lime pie in Florida. We had baked Alaska, and in 1904, the first ice cream cone. And I think it was 1912 was the New York cheesecake. But we're doing pumpkin, the superfood. So here's our dry ingredients that we're gonna use. I will be putting the exact quantities on the recipe book. But let's look at what you need in order to do this pumpkin spice bar. Hi, Jeannie. So you don't need much. I like to keep things simple. So our supplies are a good whisk. Woo! We need a spatula. We need our serving spoon, not our serving spoons, our measuring spoons and our measuring cups. And one of my favorite, easiest thing, easy breezy, for those of you in a rush, and kids can do this, is a good parchment paper and an easy tin. Unless you are gonna serve it elegantly, you can get an 8x8 nice Pyrex or glass at Target, Walmart, one of those. I love the parchment paper from, I think it's Reynolds Wrap People. Yeah, Reynolds Wrap People, because it comes with the lines already made, so it's really cool. So we've got that lined. And now we're gonna get our dry ingredients out. And as I mentioned, I'm gonna put those out for you guys. These are our wet ingredients. Whoops! Error on the part of the cook, so let me show you the wet ingredients. Woohoo, here we go, wet ingredients. So we always have wet, dry, and then put it together. Real simple. So our wet, all healthy. This is all the sugar we're gonna have. We're not gonna have tons and tons of white sugar, brown sugar, different sugars that are used in cakes and bar recipes, just a little bit of extra super rich raw cane sugar, no GMOs, vegan, coconut oil. I use the organic pumpkin puree if I have time when I'm making my pies at Thanksgiving. I use real pumpkin from that I've cooked in the pulp, but right now we're going to just use the organic can. Almond milk and your vanilla extract. So dump it all in. This is what it looks like. And I love this because it's simple. We just zip it together with our whisk. Not much is required. You'll notice something kind of gooey there because one item that I don't have out, because I used it all in here, is 2 large eggs, but I only use the whites from the large eggs, so they're in there too. That's our wet ingredients. So we use our whisk and we kind of mix it up, and now we go to our dry ingredients. And our dry ingredients include gluten-free flour. The gluten-free flour, it makes it a little bit more chewy. It's better for you. I can't say enough about the gluten all-purpose flour. And it's equal in proportion in baking recipes. Then we've got baking soda, baking powder. I like to use nutmeg. I like to use cinnamon and cloves. I ran out and accidentally broke my clove canister, which is why you shouldn't use glass in the kitchen if you have little kids, but that's another story. So I had to put it in there. You can also get a pumpkin spice that has all of those at Whole Foods, but there's the dry ingredients, and you're going, what's this big can? You're also going to use a good, healthy vanilla protein powder. I like this one because it cuts, the IsaDelight one, cuts the sugar. It has all the sugar that you need in here. It's just amazing. It has nutrients, so my gosh, couldn't ask for anything better. So put my dry ingredients into a bowl. Again, my whisk. And it's always good to whisk your dry ingredients because sometimes if you forget this process, you're going to find that certain little wonderful flavors are stuck down at the bottom of your bowl. So we are now going to add our wet ingredient into our dry ingredients, and this is going to be a healthy pumpkin spice bar that keeps up to 2 weeks in the refrigerator if it lasts that long. In the meantime, you've preheated your oven. You now notice that I'm whisking it again, and I love the texture that this offers. No mixer required. You could actually do this with a spoon if you didn't have a whisk, but I like how the whisk actually gets everything really nice in terms of pulling it off from the sides of the bowl. So your oven, as I was saying, is at 350 degrees. You've already prepared your parchment paper. And now where your spatula comes in is you are going to put it into your little pan here. And this is where your spatula comes in. I like to have, which is why I'm not using it, but I should, I like to have a handle on my bowls. There you go. Sometimes I even forget the easiness that I have in my own kitchen. So I put it in the middle and then go from the middle out. That ensures a little bit better spread in your batter. Always leave a little bit for the chef to taste. Some people claim you shouldn't eat cookie dough or batter dough, but if you're using the best of the best quality and using healthy ingredients, trust me, you aren't going to get sick. All right, so now we take our spatula and we kind of spread it around like this. And you'll be able, depending on how big your pieces are, to get anywhere between 8 to 12 pieces in your bar. And it's gonna rise quite high. Now, here's a little trick. If you like your bars really dense and chewy, you're gonna want to add a little bit more of the puree. If you want them to be high like a cake, you won't add as much. So, just a little trick. So we're putting this into the oven, 350. It's gonna go in, and it'll be ready in 30 minutes. When it comes out, it's going to look something like this little guy, which I've already cut. So I'd like to share with you how I go about, hi Mira, how are you? I use a little cutting spatula, which I love because it's serrated here on the side. The serration is great. Cut it, and you'll notice I added enough puree to make mine dense, right? Which means I added more. If I don't want it, I want it more cakey, I'm gonna add less. So this makes the cutting really nice because it's like a spatula and a cutting at the same time. When you're done, your bar can look something like this. You can have it plain or you can have it with icing. Now, the icing, again, healthy icing. Whole Foods carries this organic powdered sugar that is amazing. Not even close to all the sugar and preservatives and the other powdered sugars that I won't mention the names. Add a little bit of Earth Balance vegan butter, which isn't really a butter because it's made with pea protein. We're gonna add that to this with a little almond milk and extract, and you have the best, amazing vegan recipe for your frosting. My secret, to cut the sugar, add a little bit of apple cider instead of water to your frosting. And the other reason this little guy comes in handy is notice how you can use it as a nice little icing spread. So there we go. That's our healthy pumpkin spice bar. You can make this within less than 20 minutes. Buenvenidos, Mari, buenvenidos. So, what would I like to end this with? Couple of things. If you remember how sweet it is and who actually said it, which I think some of you do, let me know. 2, I want all of you 60 plus people to know that this pumpkin right here and our organic pumpkin has 2 special ingredients that's really important for us healthy aging seniors. This guy that I can't even pronounce, and this guy. And you're going, what the heck are these 2? If it wasn't for these 2 in pumpkin, which are also necessary to help our eyes with vision, those particular substances are in there and they help us prevent having cataracts and also the vision loss that we might get as we grow older. They're in pumpkin. So yes, eat pumpkin, but eat it right, eat it happy, eat it healthy, and we'll live long and enjoy National Dessert Day. So, bye everyone. See you soon on the Wednesday Glow.